In this part, we are going to create the update functions such that when you click on this pen, it will pop up an input form such that you can input a new title and press the update to update the Firestore. So now we have to make some changes on this form. So back to our coding, we go to the model. And inside the model content, we add a input field. And the name is new title. And the placeholder is equal to update task. And also at this part, we will change this agree test to update. So now when we click again, it will become update task and also the update button here. And before we add the function, we have to add the ID is equal to update so that we can grab the button by using the ID. So we delete this bunch of code, and then we create a update button by using document.querySelector, and then update, and then at the bottom we can use update button dot add event listener, and then click, and then we get the new title by using the new title is equal to document.getElementByName, and which is new title, and we have to add a square bracket 0 and dot value. But first we have to let the new title on the top, let new title is equal to empty string. Maybe you want to ask why we have to add a square bracket 0. So now we can take a look on this by using console.log document.getElementByName new title. So when we save and go to the console, you will see there is a node list, and the input is inside this array. So we have to add a square bracket 0 to choose the first one. So we have to add a square bracket 0 to choose the first one. And now you can see the input field here. And at last we have to get the values. So we have to add the dot values. So we delete this. And then we use db.collections .todos update ID update, and the title is equal to new title. And since we haven't created the update ID, so on the top we have to create the update ID is equal to node. So when will this being created is when we click on the edit button. So we have to delete this, and at here we use update ID is equal to e.target dot parent element dot parent element dot parent element dot get attribute. If you cannot think by yourself, you should console.log these one by one to test how many parent elements that we need to use. So now we try to console.log the update ID So when we click on the pen, you see the update ID here. So instead of reading books, we change to playing basketball and click update, and it already changed to modified. And when we click on the Firestore, and you also can see the title already changed to playing basketball. Just something that we need to handle is at the case of modified. So again, the logic is very similar to delete because it also selects the specific list item. So we can copy this code and paste it here. And then we want to change the text instead of removing it. So we use the list.getElement by tag name span, because if you remember, our text content is pasted inside the span. So again, we use the square bracket 0 dot text content is equal to new title, and then new title, we want to clean the text after it already updated. So now we change this to reading books and update. Now you can see it already changed to reading books, and inside the Firestore, it also changed to the reading books. So what we need to do is delete the console.log of different areas. And so this is how we create a to-do web app. So now you can add the task, delete the task, and also edit the task.